For joining us here today. My name is Andrew Mercier, and I'm the Minister of State for Workforce Development. I'm pleased to be your MC here today, and I'd like to begin by acknowledging the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh peoples on whose land we're gathered today. And I'd like to extend a warm welcome to everyone. And first, to start us off in a good way, I'd like to welcome Elder John Sam to the podium.
Good afternoon. My name is John Sam from Iders, Yukon, Tutchone, Tlingit, Dene from the Wolf Clan. And just to let you know, give thanks for the Coast Salish people, Tsleil-Waututh, Musqueam people for allowing us onto this land. So also let you know that I haven't always known where I came from, the identity of who I was, because I was brought up in foster care since I was 2 years old, along with my little brother. He was one. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for your people's help, and I'm going to share a song, and I'm going to ask you to pray in your own way, for this land that we're on. It's a land that wasn't given up freely; it was taken, and we're working with the people, so that we may understand who we are. We're all one. We're from Mother Earth. We're one together. So we're working together on this. And so I'm going to share this song, and I'm going to ask you to pray. I'm going to pray as well. I ask that you bless these grounds, bless the people, bless their families, all their relatives. I ask that you clear that pathway so when we travel safely. As you bless Mother Earth at the time of her cleansing, We ask that you bless her in a good way. And we give thanks for her, for all the food and water she provided us. Bless the two-legged, the four-legged, the ones that fly, ones that swim, ones that crawl. And when I say all my relations, it means everything. We're related to everything. Everyone, all the animals. I'm talking about all my relations.
Thank you, Elder John Salmon. I'd also like to extend a very warm welcome to the Premier of British Columbia, David Eby, and my colleague, Selina Robinson, the Minister of Post-Secondary Education and Future Skills, as well as Vancouver Mayor and Council. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank Chief Ian Campbell, who will say a few words in a moment. And thank you to everyone at Vancouver Community College for having us here at your Broadway campus. We are very excited to be here today. Our government is committed to making post-secondary education and skills training accessible, affordable, and relevant so people can build careers in rewarding and high-demand fields here in British Columbia as we build a more sustainable and inclusive economy for the future. To say more, I'd like to welcome David Eby, Premier of British Columbia, to the podium.
Thank you very much, Elder Sam, for starting us off in such a good way with such a powerful song. Thank you, Chief Campbell, for joining us today. Thank you to my colleagues, Selina Robinson, the Minister for Post-Secondary and Future Skills, who is a great champion for building the skills that our province needs for the future, and Andrew Mercier, who's leading our province's work on credential recognition, making sure that people who move to British Columbia are able to actually work in the fields that they're trained in. Important work. Thank you, Andrew, for being here. It is a really exciting day to be here at VCC, but I'll tell you about how we got here. Our province is in a remarkable position. We added 28,000 jobs already this year. We're growing at an astronomical rate. 250,000 people moved to our province in the last couple of years. And part of this growth, part of the demand that we're seeing out there is making sure that people have the skills they need to be able to take these jobs that are available. And if they're working in a lower paid job, that they have the opportunity to go and get the training they need to be able to take higher paying jobs. We're seeing the costs of everyday life go up for people. So helping people get into higher paying jobs is good news for them, and it's good news for their families and for the community. So we've done things like the BC Access Grant, which gives people financial support to go back and do skills training across the province. We've doubled the amount of money that's available to students through our financial aid program, and we've gotten rid of the interest that's on student loans. These are ways that we can get people into training programs so that they know they can make rent, they know they can still support their families, as well as get the training that lets them take a job that they want and a job that takes full advantage of their skills to help build our province. And it's a really exciting time, but we also need the programs available that help people actually do the training, to learn the cutting edge skills with the new technologies that are present in every single sector across our economy here in British Columbia. We've introduced the Future Ready Skills Plan, which is assisting post-secondary schools in starting up those new programs. And today we're taking another really important step forward together in partnership with VCC. I'm glad there are so many of you here today. The people watching me on camera can't see everybody who's gathered. The VCC community is out in force to hear about the work we're going to do together. I'm so excited to announce our government will be investing over $270 million in Vancouver Community College to build a new Centre for Clean Energy and Automotive Innovation to prepare people for the high demand jobs in the clean economy in British Columbia. I think the president for VCC was cheering the loudest there. This is an announcement that was a long time in the building. This isn't something that just happened today. A lot of people came together to make this possible and to help realize the vision for this amazing new Clean Economy Center. It will train up to 1,400 people in a number of state-of-the-art careers, including light rail transit vehicle technicians for our expanding transit system, wind turbine technicians for our clean energy across the province, zero emissions vehicle specialists for electric cars, and several other clean energy design and tech-focused careers. It will be an 8-story concrete building with mass timber exposed in the atrium. And during construction, it's going to create 1,400 jobs just to build it, and over 670 indirect jobs. It's going to start construction in the spring of 2024, and our hope is that the first students will be taking programs there in the fall of 2027. Our province is facing a remarkable time of opportunity, and we know that people need support to be able to take advantage of it, and for our community to grow and to build our province as a whole. This project is such an exciting one. I'm so glad that the provincial government was able to partner with VCC and the VCC community on this. Thank you to everyone who's here who had a part to play in this. Thank you to all the students who are here today who are helping to build our province. Thank you to all the students who will come. And I want to say thank you to VCC for being such a good partner on this initiative. Here we go.
Thank you, Premier Eby. What an exciting announcement, not only for Vancouver Community College and their current and future automotive students, but I think for employers and for all of us who rely on mechanics to get around. We know that we need over 83,000 skilled tradespeople in the next 8 years, and 70% of those are due to retirements. Skilled trades are especially vital for our future as we transition to a green economy and put more electric vehicles on the roads. Skilled workers are resilient workers. I'd like to invite now Selina Robinson, Minister of Post-Secondary Education and Future Skills, to come up and tell us a bit more.
I love this podium. Good afternoon, and thank you, Andrew, for your introduction. And I, too, would like to acknowledge that we're on the traditional territory of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh. And I want to thank Elder Sam for that lovely prayer and that welcome on these traditional unceded territories. Thank you also to Vancouver Community College. And I just want to give a shout out to Jane Shin, who is screaming the loudest, who used to be a colleague of ours, elected with David and I back in 2013, and I'm thrilled that you're here. The new Centre for Clean Energy and Automotive Innovation will give thousands of British Columbians, thousands of them, the opportunity to build the skills that they need for in-demand and high-opportunity careers in a fast-growing green economy. It's the work that our government is focused on, getting workers the skills that they need, not just for today, but for the skills of tomorrow. And I want to thank the Premier for asking me to take on this important economic portfolio, because we know, and I know that the Premier knows, that we need to invest in people, our most precious resource that the province has. And that's what this file is all about. It's the economic file that makes sure that our British Columbians, the people who call British Columbia home, and others who are planning to call British Columbia home, have the skills that they need for the jobs of the future. Our Stronger BC Future Ready Action Plan that the Premier mentioned is focused on creating opportunities for people so that they have the skills that they need to advance their careers, while at the same time ensuring that BC's public, private, and not-for-profit sectors can find the people that they need to deliver the skills, to deliver the services, to deliver the products that we need as a growing province. A little bit earlier, we were back in what they call the green room. It really wasn't green, but it's called the green room. I had a chance to speak with a student, Nick, who is going to be speaking here shortly. And he's an automotive student here at VCC. And he was telling me that he was always passionate about cars. I was asking him what drew him here. And so I don't know if anybody remembers kids, and I was teasing Nick. I hope Nick doesn't mind. But I have a brother who just had all the dinky toys in the world, and he made all the sounds for all those cars, the big trucks and the little trucks. And Nick was one of those, as he described himself to me. But he said, and so he's always been interested in cars, and he's been taking the Transportation Trade Sampler Program here at VCC. And he said that's really given him a flavor of the various different component parts of working in the automotive industry. And it showed him all the career potential that is available for him that will give him the opportunity to grow a career, perhaps one day have his own shop as he envisions what that might look like. But again, it's about recognizing that we have a green economy, and he knows that he needs to have the entire skill set so that he is successful. And that's what this building is all about. It's about making sure that the future green economy for workers like Nick and others who are here, that they have the skills that they can learn right here at VCC, so that they have the foundation that will propel them so that they can thrive in the automotive industry as the green economy continues to evolve. There is a world of opportunity here in British Columbia, as the Premier said. Over the next decade, we are expecting 1 million job openings right here in British Columbia. 80% of those jobs, they're going to need some sort of post-secondary education. And more than 83,000 of them will be in the skilled trades. And that's why this Center for Clean Energy and Automotive Innovation is so important. People will be able to get the education and the hands-on training. And I want to emphasize the hands-on part, because that's really how people learn for so many of our skilled trades. And I'm just looking at this fancy piece of equipment and just thinking about what it would mean for students to get their hands on that and to understand how it works, how to take the next level of what it means to train on these electric vehicles, because this right here is the future, folks. This is what we're building towards, and I cannot wait to see the innovative technology that students will be working on at this new center right here in the heart of Vancouver, and how they will shape the future for us here in British Columbia.
I don't think we're training podium service techs, though. Thank you, Minister Robinson. What an exciting opportunity for the thousands of students who will study at this centre. They'll graduate with in-demand skills that'll help their careers thrive. I'd like now to introduce Chief Ian Campbell up to the podium.
Oichka. Good afternoon. First of all, thank you to Elder Sam for the beautiful opening this afternoon. And thank you to Premier Eby for the beautiful announcement. What a celebration for VCC and for Vancouver and all of us British Columbians. It's a bright future because of leadership that are here putting this together in collaboration. Thank you to Minister Robinson and Minister Mercier for your support and ongoing commitment to effect positive change around climate change and empowerment of our community members to be welcomed when they come into these doors. I also want to recognize Ajay and his leadership with the board, and the staff here at VCC have been tremendous to be inclusive, to welcome the MST nations and families to continue to be a part of this journey together. And I have to recognize Corey and Ginger in the audience with us, who have been a conduit to invite our communities from our local nations to share in the celebration today. My role here today is really as a knowledge keeper to support the transformation of this part of our territory. Everywhere around us is laden with mythology and history, with villages and place names, but we've been invisible in our own land for far too long. Erasure has been very effective in making us marginalized as local nations, but that is changing now because of leaders like Ajay and Premier Eby and others who are taking reconciliation to heart. The beautiful rendering that you see to my right on this billboard here really shows a vision of what can be here, of transformation that is steeped in authenticity to this part of the world. The massing of this building really begins with Mother Earth, where we are in celebration that we're in this together. The second part of this rendering talks about the water, the Salish Sea, the great flood story that connects all human beings on Earth. And the top massing represents the canoe, a vessel that we are all a part of. You all have a paddle in your hand. It's up to us to use that paddle in a good way to help us move forward. This is another catalyst of change to bring us together in celebration. I want to thank the students that are here. I met a few of you so far. I served on the Board of Governors here as my very first board I served on many years ago. So it's nice to come home and be a part of this announcement today. Thank you, everyone, for your time. This represents true transformation and the continuity of our stories together. So thank you. It's an honor.
Thank you, Chief Campbell. And I'd like to introduce, I think, probably the most excited person about this announcement, Vancouver Community College President and CEO Ajay Patel, to tell us more about the new centre.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Elder John, for starting us off right. Really appreciate that. Always great to see you. I want to begin by acknowledging we are the traditional unceded territory of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh people who have been stewards of these lands since time immemorial. And as an uninvited immigrant to these lands, I'm very fortunate and express my gratitude of having the opportunity to live, work, learn, and play on these lands. Thank you, Premier Eby, Minister Robinson, Minister Mercier, Chief Ian Campbell. Thank you very much. This is a very special day for Vancouver Community College today, and I want all of us to join in this celebration. I also want to take an opportunity to recognize the College Board of Directors and the VCC Foundation Board of Directors. Many of you are in the audience today. I want to particularly acknowledge Chair Joey Hartman, my boss. Thank you for being here, Joey. I don't know if Ken made it down. Ken Cretney, are you here? There he is. He's back there. He's the chair of our VCC Foundation. And to all of the board members, thank you for your support throughout the years as we plan this building and your guidance and your support along the way. I also want to take a moment to thank my predecessor, Dr. Peter Nanoda, the late Peter Nanoda. Unfortunately, we lost Peter earlier this year. It was Peter's vision around this campus plan that actually started us on this journey. And I know Peter's watching us, and I know he'd be really proud of what we've accomplished here today. So I want to take a moment to thank Peter for starting us on this amazing journey. As British Columbia's oldest public post-secondary, dating back to 1890, VCC has helped shape this city. We've helped build this city, this region, and our province. And we've done it for 130 years. And today's announcement for the Centre for Clean Energy and Automotive Innovation will not only be a catalyst for our campuses, but it's going to transform this Great Northern Way corridor and that Broadway corridor. And we are going to be the east anchor to that and the surrounding communities that we have the privilege of serving. As Minister Robinson and Premier Eby have alluded to, this centre will provide teaching and experiential learning for VCC students in important clean energy programs. These jobs are going to be in high demand and support the province's training, labour market, and environmental goals. It is about building an inclusive, clean, and sustainable future for our generations. I know you're going to hear from Nick in a second. He's one of our students, but I want to talk about one of our alumnus, Becca Hill. Becca started her journey at VCC similar to how Nick will tell his story. Becca is now working for KF Aerospace in Kelowna. And if not, she says this, if not for the skills that she learned at VCC, she would never have found such a rewarding position. So that's what we're all about, and you'll hear from Nick in a moment. Chief Campbell alluded to this. This centre also reflects VCC's commitment to truth and reconciliation. I want to thank Chief Campbell, our Indigenous Cultural Advisors, and our Indigenous Council. Right from the start, we've wanted to design this building to tell the story of these lands, so that when people come to this building, they not only come to an innovation centre, an automotive centre, but they come to a Coast Salish centre, a centre that will be able to tell the story of the Musqueam, the Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh, the truths about that. And it'll be an opportunity for us to continue educating, unlearning, and relearning those truths. The word community is not just in our name, but it's in how we approach everything. Our vision for the campus plan is not only to modernize our educational facilities for the jobs of the future, but also consider how we can respond to the needs of our community in every way. Premier Eby, today is just not a funding announcement. Today is an investment in British Columbia. This building is going to allow us to now start exploring the opportunity we have to meet some of the other British Columbia needs, like multi-purpose housing, affordable housing, student housing, civic amenities, daycare spaces, and even how we can extrapolate heat from raw sewage. So yeah, you have my commitment to that. Thank you to you, Minister Robinson and Minister Mercier. Thank you for supporting our vision, our bold vision here at VCC as we continue serving this economy. And to everybody here in the VCC community, I want you to know that this marks the beginning of a bold new chapter for us, a stronger BC together where we can work with the province, we can work with the city, we can work with our neighbors, and we can work with all of you to make this a better place. This is truly a big, big day and a great win for VCC. I ask the entire VCC community of 16,000 students, staff, and faculty, and many of our partners that are here today, I would like you to join me in expressing our deepest gratitude to Premier Eby, Premier Robinson, Minister Mercier. Thank you very, very much. My last piece is thank you for joining us on this journey so far. We still have a ways to go to get that building open and the rest of this property done up, but thank you, and I hope you will continue to join us on this journey.
Thank you, Ajay, for telling us more about how this centre will help VCC students innovate in our green economy. And I'd like now to introduce Kellyn Violot, Fixed Operations Manager for the Dilawri Group of Companies, Audi downtown Vancouver, to talk about the innovation happening in the automotive industry and how this funding will help support this growing industry. Kellyn?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Minister Mercier. I'm so happy to be here today for such an outstanding and generous announcement. On behalf of the Dilawri Group and Audi Downtown Vancouver, I would like to thank the province for this massive investment into BC's automotive industry. This funding for VCC and its students is really an investment into the immediate needs for employers like us and an industry I've been a part of for the last 15 years. I'm the Fixed Operations Manager for Audi Downtown Vancouver, and I oversee the parts and service operations. 50% of our technicians have received their training here at Vancouver Community College. When we hire apprentices at Dilawri, we look for a strong foundation in technical knowledge, safety skills, a positive can-do attitude, and a willingness to learn and grow. These attributes are critical for developing apprentices from VCC into factory-certified technicians. Dilawri supports VCC students through scholarships and close partnerships with the Automotive Trades Program. We believe, like the Government of BC, that we need to invest in BC and its future workers. Audi currently has 9 EV models available in Canada and is continuing to build the EV portfolio. According to Audi AG, they will not be launching any new gasoline engines after 2026 and will stop production of all gasoline engines by 2032. The future is electric, so we all need to adapt and work towards a better, more sustainable future. On behalf of Dilawri, Audi Downtown, and the automotive industry, I would like again to thank the province of BC and Vancouver Community College for these important investments into the future of our community, our province, and skilled tradespeople. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kellyn. And now we'll hear from Nick Dell, an automotive student here at VCC, about how the new centre will help students innovate in their fields. Nick?
Thank you, Minister Mercier. Hello, everyone. I'm Nick Dell, and I'm a second-year BCC automotive student, and I'm really honored to speak here today. I have always been interested in cars, trucks, even bicycles. It's been my passion, and I knew where I wanted to be. I was fortunate enough to get into VCC's Transportation Trades Sampler, and it introduced me to a number of automotive services, including welding, auto body, painting, heavy-duty mechanics, and the automotive side. I was able to start through high school. It was easy to get into and had no barriers. The VCC Trades Sampler was the perfect way to discover many career opportunities. In the end, I chose Automotive Service Technician Foundations, since the program offered excellent potentials and opened many doors. After all, there's always cars on the road requiring servicing, whether they still run on gas or EV. I find the programs at VCC really inspiring. This is an excellent place to be, and it's very welcoming. Best of all, I feel valued at VCC. Everyone wants to see you succeed. There's always something new and exciting I get to learn. There are many great classes and courses and so many things you can do with this trade. Within the VCC Transportation Trades, I feel like it was the cusp of what the future holds in the industry. I look forward to my next steps and search and explore my career opportunities within the automotive industry. Thank you.
thank you, Nick, for sharing such an inspiring story with us. And, you know, I attend a lot of skills and apprenticeship competitions, and I've got to say, every time I go, it's automotive students from VCC at the top of the podium. And no pressure, Nick, but I can tell your passion for the automotive trades is going to take you there. I want to thank everyone for gathering here today. It's been incredibly impactful to hear about the new Centre for Clean Energy and Automotive Innovation. This new centre is going to give thousands of students like Nick the opportunity to enter an in-demand field and a changing field. It's a field that's only growing as we push towards our Clean BC goals of having more of the vehicles on the road be zero-emission vehicles. And with a need for 83,000 new skilled tradespeople within the next decade, we know that the students who study at this centre will go on to good-paying, family-supporting jobs that will help our green economy flourish. Nick, I don't think you're going to be out of work anytime in the near future. So thank you to everyone for coming out today to hear about how we're transforming BC's economy to be more sustainable and inclusive for a bright future for all. I'll now ask the moderator to begin the media question and answer session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. In just a moment, we'll get started on the Q&A. Everyone will be limited to one question and one follow-up. For those of us joining on the line, please press *1 to enter the queue, and remember to unmute yourself as you won't be audible until your name is called. I'll start first with the reporters in person, and the first question will be from Jordan from CTV.
Premier, your thoughts on the Surrey Police transition?
Thanks, Jordan. For people who live in Surrey, they have a basic expectation when they call 911, they need a police officer to respond. And I think most people in Surrey feel the same way as people across BC do. They have confidence in the professionalism of the RCMP. They have confidence in the professionalism of our municipal forces when they're responding to that call. It doesn't matter what the badge is of the person who responds. The Minister for Public Safety looked at the materials provided by the City of Surrey and made a determination that public safety, that 911 response, could not be guaranteed unless we continue to move forward to a municipal force for Surrey. We're going to ensure public safety for the people of Surrey. We're going to ensure that they're supported through this transition and associated costs. The Minister for Public Safety will work closely with the City of Surrey on this transition, and the end outcome will be a safe city and a police force that everyone can be proud of.
That's all the questions we have for today. Thank you very much, everyone. It concludes today's event.